Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about self-tanning. So I am pretty pale, and as the summer approaches I like to at least start with a base. I don't really sit out in the sun, and if I do I'm lathered in sunscreen, as you know. So probably the most important part of self-tanning is prepping your body. And by prepping your body, I refer to that as exfoliating your skin. I've already showered and I've exfoliated. I dry brushed, I did a quick shower, and now I'm ready to apply my tan. And the tan that I use currently is the Tropez. This one is the Tropez Self Tan Purity. It's a natural glowing bronzing water mousse. And then I use on my face the Tropez Purity, Self Tan Purity, Natural Glowing Skin Bronzing Water Face Mist. And as my tan starts to become darker and darker throughout my tanning process, I do use the Isle of Paradise self-tanning drops. It is a face and body, and I also have the Vita Liberata that I'll also use, but this is just a basic self-tanning routine that I do weekly. And again, it's the prepping of your skin is key. Now the other thing that I will share is on the drier patches of your body, your elbows, your knees, I've already added just a little bit of a body cream, a little bit thicker, not like a lotion, but something a little bit thicker. And I let that sit for like 20 to 30 minutes before I apply my self-tan, because these areas have a tendency to really show up really dark. It's weird how it happens, but you know, you always get that like really dark patchy look on the drier patches and those kind of angles and stuff. So I already put the cream on my elbows, my knees, the bottom of my feet, like around my ankle area, and on my hands. And really I just focus I don't really lather it on my entire hands. It's more like in the knuckle areas and such. So that's the prep that I've done already. So that's the prepping stages. I think that's key. Then what you'll want to do is get whatever product you are going for. And I will say this particular one gives me a nice bronzy look, but it's not super dark. And again, as I get more into the season, and if I'm sitting outside, you know, fully sunscreened, and I get a little bit of natural color, I'll go into a deeper shade of self-tanning. So anyway, now that that's all aside, let's get into the video and I'll show you how I self-tan. Okay, so we're gonna start with my arms, my chest, my neck. I don't have anyone to self-tan my back, so I do the best that I can. And basically what I'll do is this way, and I just will rub the self-tanner on, and this really kind of helps to push your elbow back and get as much as you can on the back. I mean, I can only do what I can do. You can also take like one of those long wooden like bath brushes and wrap the tanning mitt around it. Maybe clasp it with a ponytail holder or something, and you know, apply it on your back that way. But for the most part, I don't really, because I don't wear an open back tops or anything, and if there's anything that's showing, for the most part I can get the top area and I'm fine. So let's get started. So I just take some, as you can see, it has a moussey feel to it. And I'm just going to start applying it on the top layer here. I'm going to avoid my elbow area, and I'm going to avoid my hands. And I'm just going to start applying it in upward strokes, just blending it in what will be circular motions. Once I get, this is, you know, not generally used to doing it this way, but we're filming and normally I don't have any clothes on, so it's a little bit easier to blend. But I've seen people use just like latex gloves. They don't go out and buy an actual mitt. I really like the mitt. This mitt is so old, and I am embarrassed to say that it has sort of ripped here. So if you see that flapping, that's what that is, and I apologize, but you know, there's real life here. And then I'll just take some on the underside and just work it into my skin in circular motions, avoiding my elbow area like I said. And then the excess, what I'll do is I'll just bend my elbow and I will just rub the excess in and just kind of keep blending it in. And then I'll take some more and I'll do my chest. Again, you really want to make sure that you have that blended pretty well. And I will generally just take that excess and rub it along my jawline, but you want to be careful that you don't go too high up above your jawline, because, you know, if you are not having a relaxed face, then it could, you know, if you're doing all of this, it comes up higher and you'll end up with it higher in your face, and that's not the look you want. You just want to stay below, but it does kind of offer a little bit of a contouring look if you apply it correctly. And let's not forget to dab our ears and behind our ears. I'm just going to switch hands here. I'll just take some more. And again, avoiding my elbow area, starting on the top of my arm and going up. And just massaging it and blending it in, and also avoiding your hands. And I find with this particular self-tanning, I don't need to work so quickly. I mean, I do if I was doing this on my own without filming. I have it down packed pretty well that I don't need to, you know, that the timing is perfect. But right now, you don't really need to worry. There are some that require you, maybe like on the more like express tans, that you really need to work faster. But this one, I don't find that I need to be so quick about it, and I just want to make sure that everything is even. And then I'm just going to take the excess on my elbow, and that's that. I will, more than likely off camera, I will take the straps down and really kind of go back in there. And then in this area, I do a whole swipe of my underarm. It doesn't really give a whole lot of color there, but it does kind of just blend it in a little bit. So I do, some people just do like the outer rim, but I just like to try and get as much as I can blended. Just take a little more and just go in here. Okay, so I have everything all blended from what I can see. That is all good on my arm. Now the next thing are your hands. So the key to this is having your hands like this, because if you applied it just straight on top, you're going to miss all the little crevices within your knuckles. So I just like to take a little bit of the excess and rub that on my knuckles, and then I'll get in between my fingers like so. And again, I just wipe the excess on the top of my hands. And you don't want to do the palm of your hands, you just want to do the tops. And just so you know, for me, this isn't one that I jump in the shower, you know, an hour, 2 hours, 8 hours after and rinse this. This is it. Once it's applied, it's on. Next morning I get up and I shower, and I don't have any transfer on my sheets, on my clothes. That's one of the main reasons why I like this. It really has some staying power. It does have a slight tint to it that most self tanners do. Doesn't really bother me, but it may for you if you're new to self tanning. So, and then I will take my face mist and I'll spray it over my face. And this one I do almost every day, whereas the body I just really do once a week. But this I'll use every day, every other day. And what happens if I just hold my hand and I'm, you know, if I just hold it up and I'm spraying, it'll fall on my chest, which is, you know, one area that I really want to continue to show, you know, a tan. So I'll just spray it like this all over my face, and the excess will just fall on my chest, and it kind of helps. Okay, so now we're here, we're getting ready to do my legs, and the same thing applies on your legs as it does on your arms. I'm going to save my feet for last, and I'm going to try to do my best to avoid my knees. So I'm just going to bring up even strokes up onto my bottom portion of my legs and go in here and just start in circular motions. There's a lot on here, so in circular motions, and just blend it in. Continue up my legs. And then, as I talked about with the elbows, now I'm just going to take the excess and run it over my knees in a little bent position, and I'll come down onto my ankles. I haven't applied any more product. I'm just applying the excess, which there is plenty of it left on in the mitt. And I'm going to do the same on my other side. Upward motions. Okay, everything is blended, and now I'll just do the same thing, and we'll apply it on my knee with a little bended action, and around my ankles as well, the tops of my feet, and try to get inside in between my toes as well, which I didn't really do such a great job on the other side. Okay, so I have my arms, my chest, as much as my back as I can get. I did my face with this face mist. I did my legs. The only area I haven't done is my stomach area, which I will do off camera. And other than that, that's all there is to it. It's very easy. I apologize for my mitt being, you know, old and needing a new one, but I thought this was a good week to film this, being that Memorial Day is coming up, and I didn't have a chance to go to the store and get another mitt. But I apologize. I know it's not the most flattering, and I'm embarrassed by it, but nonetheless, I did want to just get this video up so you guys can have an idea of how I actually self-tan. And going into Memorial Day weekend, you know, it's always good to have that glowy look. I will pop on later in the day to give you that after look, just to show you how it covered and the coloring that I got from this. Hey everyone, I'm back. It's the next day after I did my self-tan, and I just wanted to come on and just show you the color. I do have a full face of makeup on at this point, but I think you can see in my neck and my arm area, legs look the same. Everything is evenly distributed. There's no streaks. There's no orangey tones. I hope it appears that way on camera. When you're looking at it in person, it looks flawless. It really came out beautifully. I just wanted to come back and show you what the next day results are. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please comment, hit the like button, share it with someone you think may like. See you in my next video. Bye.